Welcome to my channel if you are new, and if not, welcome back. Today I wanted to discuss something I think is very important to discuss, and this is expectations versus reality for anyone who's interested in doing the Disney College program. So the reason I think this topic is so important is because I had a whole video about regretting my Disney College program when I was only like a month into my program, and that's not at all how I feel now. And I think the reason I felt those things is because I went in with very fluffy expectations as to what the Disney College program is and what it involves. It might sound like I'm trying to knock the program completely and show you negative things, but I promise you that's not my intention. I really want to help you, and I don't want other people to feel that kind of regret in the beginning of their program and feel like they want to give up, because I was there. So I don't want anyone else to feel that way. Before I get started, I just wanted to quickly show you something that I neglected to show in my last video. I made it seem like I have a miserable life at home, but that's not entirely true. It's just not compared to Disney World. So when I returned home, my parents surprised me with a little thing called this bedroom. And if you don't understand what I mean by this, let me just show you a little something. So this is my bedroom right now. It's really nice, really awesome. Ooh, look at my shadow. Okay, there we go. A little better lighting. So yeah, this is my room now. I have all my Disney stuffed animals with me that I brought back from Florida. I have my ear wall. I turned a tapestry into curtains. I have my little pineapple hut there and my cat's food. I have this little thing that, and also my idea for your program. I got this at Cast Connections, and I had all my friends and coworkers sign it, and really cute, and I love it. But I got these fancy lights. I have a TV. This is my little setup for my camera and everything. I have a very nice closet now. And then I've always had this mirror, but it looks better in this room. And I even have this little nook here, and it's adorable. There's my cat. Hi, Darius. But this little nook is really cute. I got my little lights up, and I have a lot of Disney stuff hanging up. So Woody's lunch buck and my earning my ears badge, and some other pictures and everything. So you might be watching this and thinking, what's the big deal? You have some lights hanging up, whoop-de-doo. Well, let me show you the difference between this new room of mine and my old room. This is the difference. So this is it right here. Ready? That's a door to the porch, so couldn't put any furniture or anything there. That's where my bed was. And that's it. That's the entire room. This used to be my bedroom for as long as I can remember. Since I was an infant, my bed was there. I had a dresser here, I had a dresser there, and that was it. But just thought I'd show you that. Big difference, big thing for me. And now back to your regularly scheduled YouTube video. So the first thing that I need to discuss is free park entry. Yes, you do get free access into the parks whenever you want. That's all the parks. You could just go in for free before, after work, on your days off. It's incredible. However, something that you need to know is that you work more than you think you do. And I know I went into my program like, yeah, I'm gonna work a lot, it's fine. But no, you work a lot. You have very long days, and all this new information, this new location, these new people, it can be very overwhelming. And that was the time that I was very negative with the program, because I went in thinking everything's gonna be all fun. But you do have to work hard, and especially in the beginning, you have to work extra hard to try to remember everything and really get settled into your location. But yeah, you do work a lot, and sometimes it can feel like, why am I even here if I can't even go into the park? But you can't let working so much let you down. You do have days off. Sometimes they'll give you an early release when you're working. Sometimes you might just work nights, just mornings. So then you have morning or night to go into the parks before or after work. And if you just make the time to go to the parks, even if it's just to hop into Epcot for food like I did, you can make the most of your program. Another thing that not a lot of people seem to discuss, and that I knew nothing about before going to Florida, is that there are blockout dates. If you don't know what blockout dates are, it's basically these specific times, and there's like a little calendar that you'll be able to see once you're on your program. But it's days that you will not be allowed to enter the park with your free pass, which could be a little frustrating. So for me, when I did my program, Galaxy's Edge opened, and I was supposed to be blocked out of studios like basically the entirety of my program, but they ended up lifting the blockout dates, which is something that does happen. But then they opened the second ride in Galaxy's Edge, and I was blocked out for the end of my program, which, lucky for me, I worked in Hollywood Studios, so I mean, I was able to be there, but I wasn't really able to go to studios all that much because of the blockout dates. So number 2 on expectations versus reality is free tickets for your friends and family. So you do get free tickets that you can use on your friends, family, whoever. But the thing about that is you don't just have unlimited tickets that you could just give out and you just send them and you could just let everyone in for free. That's not how it works. The reality of it all is that you have to work for these tickets. So I don't know the exact amount, but I want to say like around 100 something hours you get 2 or 3 park tickets. So you really have to work for those tickets. And another thing about that is, in order to use these tickets, you have to be with these people. So if your friends and family come to visit you and you have worked a lot of hours and you have all these tickets saved up, you can use them, but you have to be with your family to let them into the park. So what I did was, when my family and my boyfriend visited, I set up the free tickets with their My Disney Experience apps and their Magic Bands. I had to scan my band first, and then they had to scan their bands after me, and then it allowed them in. So you have to be there for them to get in. Number 3 on my list is holidays are going to be amazing on the Disney College program. Yes, you spend a lot of holidays in Disney, which in theory sounds incredible and super exciting, but it's a little sad, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think it would bother me as much as it did, to be honest, but I missed Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas Eve, Christmas, New Year's, all of that. And I didn't see any of my family or anything. And that's the reality of it. You will miss home. You will miss your family. Holidays are the insane times for Disney, so work is going to be crazy busy for you, and it's going to be very stressful probably. If you're like me and do your program in the fall, then your Christmas music for your location is going to get real boring real fast, because Disney gets ready for Christmas in the fall, and then it goes until mid-January. So that's a lot of Christmas music and a lot of Christmas going on for a long time in a very busy, crazy time. The thing that really killed me about the holidays is that it didn't feel like the holidays at all. And when I finally returned home, it was like, it was so weird. Like, that part of the year just never happened, because it wasn't my traditional holiday with my family. Like, it was very sad. But don't get me wrong, like, being in Disney during the holidays isn't a completely miserable experience. Like, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of amazing things you could do. So even if you get bored of the parks by going so much, it's always changing up because of the holidays, which is amazing. And just to end on a positive note with that, my favorite holiday that I spent in Disney was New Year's Eve. And that's because that was my absolute last shift at Woody's Lunchbox, and it was so fun. My leader got a sparkling juice, and we had the little like boo little sound blower things. Jessie came to Woody's Lunchbox and was like waving and everything, and we counted down the clock, and it was like really cute and really fun. And I think that's the most memorable New Year's I've ever had. And even though I was working and I was at work until like 1 a.m. I think, it was still incredible, and I wouldn't take that back for the world. The holidays can be fun. It's just be aware that it can be a little bit heartbreaking too. So number 4 is transportation. So this is gonna be a little flip from my other expectations. So before going down to Florida, I really looked into the transportation because I don't have my license, I don't drive, I knew I wasn't gonna have a car. So I really dove into how the buses work. And if you wanna know more about that, I do have a whole video about it. A lot of people have a lot of negative things to say about TransDev, which is the company that the Disney College program uses to transport us to the parks and to work and everything. I have honestly never had a bad experience with TransDev. However, before I started, there was so much negativity surrounding these buses, like that they catch on fire, that they're always breaking down, that the people are rude, that it's always late, sometimes they don't show up. And although every once in a while something would go wrong with a bus, I mean, that's bound to happen anywhere with any transportation. But I literally can't say there was a time that I was furious about the buses. I personally didn't have any problems. So the expectation for me was that this was going to be a horrible experience and that I would wish I brought a car and could drive. But in reality, as long as you leave extra time before you go to work, like, you'll be fine. It's really not as scary as everyone makes it out to be. So that's a little positive for you. And number 5, and the final thing that I thought I would discuss, is that you will be meeting incredible people, lifelong friends on your Disney College program. And the reality of that is that that is completely true. However, that is completely up to you. If you're an introvert, it might be kind of hard for you and you're going to want to close yourself off and you're not going to want to talk to people. But if you really want to make these deep connections with people, you have to put yourself out there. Like, you have to talk to people, you have to surround yourself with the right people, and it will happen. It's bound to happen because you're living with a lot of people, you're going to be working with a lot of people, and you're just going to meet amazing people from all over the world. So it is bound to happen, but you do have to put in the work for it. It's very easy to make friends while you're down in Florida because you all love Disney, first of all, and second of all, you're kind of forced into this very independent lifestyle, and you're thrown into this, all this new information, this new place and everything by yourself, and you could just kind of like form bonds very quickly because of that. Like, you turn to other people because you all know you're in the same boat and you kind of work together to get through it, and you're all relating to the same thing. But again, make sure to surround yourself with the right people. What I'm really getting at with this one is just don't throw yourself at people just to say, like, I have so many friends. Like, stick to the people that you get along with and that have similar interests and are like you in some way, and you will have lifelong friends. Well, that just about covers it for my expectations versus reality. These are things I really wish I knew before I started my program, but again, I want to use my experience to help other people. So I really hope this helps you before you start your program or before you think of applying for it. It is an amazing experience again, but just keep in mind that not everything is what it seems. If you like this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Goodbye!